My name is Toby and I'm a passionate hammer. I've previously written for the likes of Football Fancast, Forever West Ham, and I'm now currently a fan blogger for the West Ham website, the official West Ham website. But I thought it was time to express my views in a different way on video. So here is Hammer's Hub, which is my bedroom. Not a lot to explain, not a lot to see, but it's Hammer's Hub and that's all that matters. Here in the always buzzing Hammer's Hub, I'll be offering my opinions and views on all the news around West Ham, our club. Hopefully it'll act as sort of a weekly roundup. Without further ado, let's get started. I was lucky enough to attend Mark Noble's Testimonial on Monday afternoon, and that's where I'd like to start this episode. I picked up the programme here, and it's got all the players listed out in the back, so I'd like to just go through them and just tell you who was there, in case you weren't aware, and just say what moments stood out from them personally, both at their time at West Ham and during the testimonial. Robert Green is listed here. I'm pretty sure he didn't make an appearance at all. David James started in goal. He gave some good banter to the crowd. He saved a couple of Mark Noble's early shots and the crowd got on his back, not letting the birthday boy, if you like, get in his way. Ludo McCloskey, I never really saw first time round, so it's a pleasure to see him. The fans absolutely loved him, gave him an unbelievable reception. His song still sung week in, week out in the terraces. Paul Konchesky was there but didn't turn out, still playing professional, so it's not easy for him. Danny Gabble and Anton Ferdinand, an old partnership, reunited. They both turned out, excellent from them. Anton Ferdinand giving it to the crowd as he used to do, his run into the corner, excellent stuff. Christian Daly and Kevin Keane, both almost retro for me, but I do remember Christian Daly. The song, again, still sung regularly. Scott Parker, Teddy Sheringham and Trevor Sinclair listed here as all the number 8s. Scott Parker, one of my personal favourites. Perhaps we can't forget how he left, but I sort of can. Teddy Sheringham, ex-player for Millwall, yeah, gets an unbelievable reception. That's how it works. Trevor Sinclair, as good as always, still got an unbelievable touch. Number 9, the only number 9 listed in this team sheet, Dean Ashton. Enough said, trending worldwide after the game, a testimonial match, says it all. An absolute scorcher into the bottom right hand corners, past Rafa Spiegel, who's our youth goalkeeper, so no mean feat there. Absolute bicycle kicks, stunning stuff. We've got a whole load of number 10s listed. Craig Bellamy looks like he could play 90 minutes Premier League football still, which is unbelievable. Jack Collison, blighted through injury, but I can just tell it was amazing for him to be there. The crowd gave him some excellent reception. Marlon Harewood couldn't get the rub of the green, scored a tap-in, wheeled away, still in incredible shape. He wanted to show it off. Off came the shirt was off, turns round, flags up. Unbelievable. He didn't miss his penalty in the little fun shootout at the end as well. Paolo Di Canio, enough said, scored the goal, sort of scored his penalty but wasn't actually given. The crowd, as you could expect, absolutely love the bloke. There's no denying that. John Moncur, who I also missed the first time round, getting stuck into a few challenges, gave Manuel Lanzini a possible season-ending tackle, which is won't please Slaven, but there we are. Stuart Downing, always good for him to turn out, come all the way down from Middlesbrough where he's playing his football now. Still playing professionally, still title challenge with Middlesbrough, so it's fantastic for him to come and show his support for the charities. Steve Lomas, Jamie Redknapp, which is a really odd one, he was listed, but there we are. He didn't actually, I'm pretty sure he wasn't there on the day, he didn't turn out. Number 12, Carlton Cole, always believing. 14, Ian Bishop, Chris Cohen. You've got Yossi Benayoun, who's still playing professional, still scoring wonderful goals you may have seen on Twitter recently. Rio Ferdinand, Ravo Morrison, Matthew Upson down as number 15s. Matthew Upson did turn out, you've got to give it to him. He stood up, he took it all. He got a little bit of stick, but the fans appreciate that he's doing work for the charity and for Mark Noble as well. Rio Ferdinand didn't give the crowd much acknowledgement, still perhaps a little bit bitter, but he's done some great stuff. Yossi Benayoun, as I've said, played outstanding, even though he's still... Oh, hang on. Oh, Ravel Morrison, sorry. Ravel Morrison wasn't actually there on the day. He's playing at Lazio now. And I assume they just wouldn't let him go, wouldn't let him come over, so he'll be disappointed. Michael Carrick as well, playing professional football, he wasn't there on the day. Elliot Ward, one of the youth players coming through with Mark Noble, he was there. Jimmy Walker, excellent character. Bobby Zamora was there but didn't play, still playing for Brighton obviously. Lee Bowyer looking as old as ever. Freddie Sears, Chris Powell, absolute fantastic value for money. Chris Powell, he gives it all in his testimonial. Got his socks around his ankles, a little bit different there. Socks around his ankles, strolling around the park, running up and down the seated areas, showboating, all the rest of it. Excellent stuff from Chris Powell. And also Taylor Tombides, last player on the list. And he scored a lovely goal, lovely well taken goal. One of the best moments of the night. He points to the sky, the crowd acknowledged that, and it was fantastic. Obviously for his brother Dylan. And then, yeah, penalty shootout at the end, all good fun. Also, I don't know if you can see that on there, but which way round is it? That way round. Alex Song's signature on the front. There it is, A-S, almost somewhat. If it's a scribble, I'm not sure. But he was there and he signed a few things. Actually gave his training top off his own back to a young fan who asked for it at the gates at the front. Excellent touch from Alex Song. And yeah, excellent day. Secondly, this week I'd like to talk about Dimitri Payet. This is probably going to be a recurring theme, but not actually for West Ham this time, but actually for France last night. He came on in the 63rd minute against Russia at home. In the 64th minute, just 1 minute later, his first touch, he gets given the free kick duties. Even with the likes of Paul Pogba still on the pitch. Dimitri steps up, as he has done for West Ham, and he whips it. I think it's about 30-35 yards. Very top corner, in off the post. Almost identical to the goal he scored for us against Manchester United at Old Trafford. He then goes on, 12 minutes later, to get an assist. This is a man in the form of his life. He's been on the pitch. He's on the pitch for 20 minutes last night. Got a goal and an assist against a decent Russian side. An absolute worldy goal as well. We know, we can all see it. We see it week in, week out now. But this bloke is really something special. And the French have taken almost a risk on him. 29 he was yesterday. Scored on his birthday. Taken a bit of a risk on him. The 29-year-old, getting him into the squad where they've got so many young, unbelievably good young players, and they've got to be one of the favourites for the tournament which they host. But they've taken almost a risk on him, putting him in the squad this late stage in his career, or re-putting him in the squad, if you like, at this point in his career. But he's now, quotes from the management and the journalists in France, saying that he's almost secured his ticket in the 2 games he's played over this week. And it's no real surprise, but it's almost, I don't know why I feel sort of almost proud when Dimitri Payet scored that goal last night, and everyone on Twitter and Facebook's going absolutely bananas for him, even the fans, even non-West Ham fans, even non-French fans. And there's almost an element of pride there, which is bizarre, because he's only been with us for not even a year yet, but he feels like he's one of us, and the love he shows to the fans. And you just got to say at this point, if he ever leaves, it's going to be very, very bitter. But if he doesn't, he's going to be pushing Paolo Di Canio at this rate. It is really seriously at that level. And fantastic stuff from Dimitri. And if England go out the cup, or when England go out the cup, it's all about France. That's it for this episode of Hammers Hub. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Hammers_Hub. This week we've covered Mark Noble's testimonial and Dimitri Payet's turnout for France against Russia. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in, giving me your time. I appreciate the production values are not exactly the greatest, but I hope you've been entertained for this short period of time and watch me again next week.